Hello and welcome back to another episode of Diablo to D&D. My name is David, and today we're going to be going over the creation and change of the Javelin subclasses, plural, for the Amazon. Small aside, before we get into this, I have created a new document. It's not terribly important. It's mostly for my own information. It is the 1.0 D&D class outline. These are tabs just to see how each class kind of breaks apart into the interactions between the different abilities that they get. The first column is ability score increases, second is subclass, third is spellcasting and extra attack, and then the ones before the narrow column is just a series of abilities that interact with each other. For example, the Artificer has the magic item Adept, Savant, and Master. They don't technically interact, but it's like they are the same ability or very similar, like how the Barbarian gets brutal critical multiple times, or how their Relentless Rage or Persistent Rage improves upon their rage. And then everything after that narrow column is just the individual ones that don't have anything that interact. This is a way for me to picture how I could start adding in utility and improvements to some of the class features in the Diablo D&D. Because as it stands, I'm just using the class abilities and skills in Diablo 2, but I might be able to kind of find that through line that fits into something different. I don't know. It's don't worry about it too much, but that's why it's there. So let's get on to the actual main part of the video. So as you can see here, the original Javelin subclass in the Amazon is a kind of mishmash of poison and lightning. There's not a lot of interplay between the two abilities or the two elements other than they're all ranged attacks kind of things. If you look at the Amazon's, the Diablo 2 Amazon's skill tree, you can see it goes Poison Javelin, Lightning Bolt, Plague Javelin, Lightning Fury. And that's basically the only reason why they're connected into one subclass, is that they're thrown elemental things. This subclass has plagued me ever since its creation. It just doesn't feel right. So what I've done is I have broken it into two. Now we have the Javelin Lightning and the Javelin Poison. And this makes so much sense in my mind. First off, it improves the number of, or it increases the number of subclasses that are available, which is always a good thing. But it also means that I can differentiate them in terms of flavor. So what I've done here is I have taken the 2nd level and 10th level abilities, and I thought, what would feel like lightning? Well, lightning is generally kind of this long distance thing. Okay, we have lightning bolt instead of fireball. And lightning bolt is a 100-foot bolt of lightning. So I figured that the Javelin subclass that focuses on lightning should be a long-distance class. So you have athletic form here, which improves the normal and long range of your javelins, spears, and tridents out to 40, 160. And then because you're more accurate, you're an athlete, your ranged weapon attacks with them also ignore half cover and 3/4 cover, only give a +2 bonus to the armor class of the creature you're targeting. This is kind of your introduction as a throwing arm build. This does mean it bumps up the javelin, spear, and trident to be equal in terms of distance, because they all have, I think the javelin is 3120 and the trident and the spear are 2080, 2060. But this way, you're getting more distance because you have practiced and you have learned how to throw properly. I actually did look up Olympic qualifying throws for men and women in the javelin throw, and modified the abilities, both this one and perfect form at 10th level, to fit somewhat within the Olympic athlete range. So these are accurate. These are real distances that you could see somebody throwing. Lightning Javelin didn't get much of a change, except being able to be used with tridents. And then perfect form, when you reach 10th level, you have perfected your form and eked out the last bits of distance from your throws. The normal and long ranges of javelins, spears, and tridents you throw become 50 to 100. Attacking at long range with a javelin, spear, or trident doesn't impose disadvantage on the attack, and your attacks with them ignore half and 3/4 cover. This is where the Olympic range comes into play. 200 feet is actually just a little bit shorter, 40 feet-ish shorter than the men's automatic qualifying throw. So that's a pretty darn good throw, pretty darn good arm. But you're also 10th level. You should be really proficient with this kind of weapon by now. You've practiced enough. Now, Lightning Fury did get some sizable changes. Actually, I did forget. Both Lightning Javelin and Lightning Fury changed fairly significantly. So they originally were written out that you throw it and you create a line this long and you do this ability. But instead, I said, why not just make it Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning? So Lightning Javelin, when you make a ranged weapon attack with a Javelin, Spear, or Trident, you can turn it into a cast of Lightning Bolt. Of course, you choose which creatures make the saving throw, and you can use this ability twice per long rest. Lightning Fury underwent some changes because it was originally written out this kind of sphere of lightning damage, but then I changed it to Lightning Strike, and then I changed it back, so it's all technically the same thing. The only difference is that the only major difference is that Lightning Strike is a melee attack, Lightning Fury is ranged. So I decided to go with Lightning Fury because it's a ranged attack. I might actually create a melee lightning build with the Power Strike and whatnot. The leftover abilities from that tree. Anyway, Lightning Fury, when you hit, you can cast Chain Lightning as a part of the dealing the damage, and you target the creature you've hit first. But it deals lightning damage in an area like it's supposed to. The Poison Javelin subclass has undergone a couple more changes. So I was having a ton of trouble trying to figure out what I should do, how to make it different from the Lightning Javelin subclass. Well, the first thing that I did was go in and make Plague Javelin just cast Cloud Kill as part of dealing the damage. Very similar to the Lightning Fury. When you hit somebody, you can cast Cloud Kill on that position, and of course you can choose which creatures make the saving throw. This does make things a little awkward because Cloud Kill has a radius of 20 feet, and you're right at 20 feet when you, for your normal range for 2 out of the 3 weapons that you can use. So you're going to want to move into Javelin, or you're going to end up taking a feat to negate that disadvantage at long range. So what will probably happen is that this 6th level feature will become some kind of way to improve your long range. Either giving something similar to the athletic form, perfect form, or I don't know, something. I'll come up with something. But what I also have done is realized, so this is poison, which is unusual for the Amazon, because there's no other poison abilities in the class at all. In fact, there's very few poison abilities in the game, just period. So what I've done is I figured, hey, this is poison. They're already somewhat tied to nature. They use wisdom. So I created what's called student of the body, name to be determined. The idea behind this is that you are studying the body and its processes, either to harm or to heal. So you get either the nature skill and the poisoner's kit, or the medicine skill and the ability to make your healer's kits more effective. This is further improved at 10th level when you get either expertise in the nature skill and expertise with the poisoner's kit, or expertise in the medicine. And using a healer's kit, you have a chance to save charges so you don't expend them. It's a fairly high DC, but gaining expertise in the medicine skill, when you get it, if you have a +2 wisdom, for example, then you'd end up having a +10. So it's a 50-50 shot on whether or not you're going to spend a use or not. And I thought that was pretty good. Also, this encourages picking up the healer feat, which is a pretty good thing to have just by virtue of not having a lot of healing in the game. So that's pretty much it. I think I had considered moving Poison Javelin up to 6th level, but I realized that would be leaving the subclass without the taste of the class, or taste of the subclass thing when you pick it up. So I left it at 2nd level, and besides, it's only 2d6 in a 30-foot line. That's going to be tweaked because it's pretty complicated. Anyway, but I did put a cap on it so that you can only use it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. This encourages you to put more points into wisdom than you normally would. It is something that I could tweak. I mean, wisdom modifier or proficiency times per long rest. But ultimately, give me some feedback. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. And I think that is going to be it. You can find me at XenosFan2, that is XENOZFAN2, on Blue Sky and Reddit. And I have had somebody contact me on Reddit, so thank you very much. I do answer. And you can contact the channel directly at Diablo, TODND, on Blue Sky and YouTube. Thank you much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good whatever.